What's up? So today, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be doing is looking at the top 10 rarest pickaxes in Fortnite. Since we just looked at the top 10 rarest back bling, I thought I'd hit you guys back to back. But yeah, today what we're going to be doing is looking at the rarest pickaxes, which the list has actually changed quite recently just because of the addition of the scythe back into the shop. We've seen some changes up to this list, and yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say. You guys know what this list is. So if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please leave a like, and we are going to hop straight into this. All right, so coming in at our number 10 spot, this is something that a lot of you may not be expecting to see on this list, and this is the Pulse Axe. Now, the thing that I gotta say about the Pulse Axe is honestly probably one of the most underrated and most underlooked pickaxes in Fortnite. When you start talking rarest pickaxes, this is something that no one ever brings up. Never. I never even mentioned it in my last video. The Pulse Axe was the tier 7 unlock for the Season 2 paid battle pass, and for that reason alone, it makes it actually quite rare. I mean, if you look at the player count for December Fortnite, it was something like 30 million, and the most recent statistic that's come out in November of 2018 is 200 million. So that alone shows you that really just not many people were around for Fortnite then that would have actually even had the chance to get it. And furthermore, something that I always hit home on is not a lot of people were buying the battle pass in Season 2. The battle pass wasn't as hyped up, I don't think, as it originally was, as this was the first ever battle pass. And for that reason, anything in the battle pass from Season 2 is pretty rare. And while you only had to get tier 7 to unlock this, which means pretty much anyone that bought the battle pass did, I would still argue that 1, not a lot of people have it, and 2, it's never going to come back, so no one's ever gonna get it. Now, moving on to our number 9 spot, this is going to be the Ski Boot. So unlike the Mogul Master and Alpine Ace being one of the rarest skins and back bling combos in the game, the Ski Boot, which is the pairing to this combo, is a little bit less rare. It's still top 10 worthy, but not something I would push way, way high. So the reason for this is that you have to understand that the Alpine Ace and Mogul Master haven't been seen in the shop since early April, and were only actually in the shop about 6 times. The Ski Boot, on the other hand, was in the shop 9 times and was last seen in early May. So that alone makes it relatively a little bit less rare than our other skins. But I mean, still, May 6th, like if you want to talk emotes, if there was an emote that hasn't been seen since May 6th, it's one of probably the top 5 rarest in the game. The Ski Boot is a decent looking skin. I don't think it's something that a lot of people even really bought, but at the end of the day, it is rare. With that being said though, it is something I absolutely expect to see return, and yeah, comes in at number 9. All right, so moving on to our number 8 spot, this is going to be trusty number 2. Oh baby, that John Wick pencil. This is a real classic. So this was the tier 79 skin of the Season 3 Battle Pass, and you know, the Season 3 Battle Pass, we saw a lot more players. So in fairness, it's safe to say that, you know, I guess a lot of people probably had access to this one. It's something that's never coming back, so that obviously always adds a little bit of rarity to the item, but ultimately I just think that Season 3 now, it was a long time ago, and furthermore, that tier 79 gap really limited a lot of people to getting it. Certainly there were a lot of people that hit 79, and I think there are a lot of people that have this one, but at the end of the day, it's fairly rare. But more importantly, it's a clean pickaxe. I think it's honestly one of my favorites to today. It comes in at number 8. So coming in at number 7, we've got Axe Caliber. So Axe Caliber was the tier 35 Season 2 Battle Pass unlock, and it is not the rarest pickaxe in Fortnite. I've seen multiple sources say this, and even my boys over at Top 5 Gaming have said this. Don't worry, I know them, I'm friends with them, but that's just wrong. You can't argue that Axe Caliber is the rarest pickaxe in the game when the way to get to ACDC is to first unlock Axe Caliber. It's just not how Fortnite works. But with that being said, it obviously is still a very rare skin. And more importantly, it is a clean looking skin. The thing that I love about this pickaxe is I can use it with my Red Knight and still kind of feel like a bit of an OG. I mean, Season 2 is not that OG, but still, it's like, you know, a nice addition to that skin. It's a strong combo. And I mean, overall, it looks great, has an awesome swinging noise, kind of like the Scythe, but in my opinion, better because it's not so abrasive on your ears. And honestly, this is one of the pickaxes that I probably use the most. Now, moving on to our number 6 spot, this is going to be the Angular Axe. So the angular axe is part of an NVIDIA promotional bundle. You might have seen this in our last ranking backbling video because that piece also made it in. But there's actually a new promotion that Epic Games did, and they partnered with NVIDIA. NVIDIA makes graphics cards, and I think it's really weird that they did a deal with Fortnite, but they did. Basically, to get this pickaxe, what you have to do, as I said in that last video, is you have to buy a graphics card, a 1060, a 1060 Ti, or a 1070, something like that, which is just weird. I understand a PlayStation bundle, a Nintendo Switch bundle even, but a graphics card bundle? I feel like it's a bit of a reach. There's certainly not a lot of people out there that are realistically going to be getting this pickaxe. And while time is certainly not out, you can still drop like $600, go get yourself a graphics card and get this thing. I can't see the amount of people getting this and acquiring this to be very high. So with all that being said, it's a decent looking pickaxe, and it comes in at number 6. Moving on to number 7. This is actually another just plain old item store pickaxe, and this is the Pot of Gold. So Pot of Gold is a pickaxe that I expect Epic Games is holding on to until next St. Patrick's Day. But this is quite rare. They held on to all the other St. Patrick's Day skins, the Battle Hound, the Sergeant Green Clover, the Highland Warrior, but this is the one that stayed in the vault. The vault? I don't know if there's an item shop vault, but you know what I mean. Pot of Gold was last seen April 10th and has only actually been in the shop 3 times. It's a very nice looking pickaxe. You've got that rainbow with the pot of gold at the end of it. It's something that I never see. With all that being said, I do fully expect this to return to the shop at some point, probably St. Patrick's Day or coming up to St. Patrick's Day, but for now, it is one of the rarest pickaxes in the game. Okay, so we're moving on to our number 4 spot, and this is ACDC. So ACDC, you probably know this one is the highest ranked pickaxe in the Season 2 Battle Pass, which was at tier 63. For that reason alone, it was very difficult to acquire. I grinded Season 2 Fortnite and didn't want to buy any of the tiers, and I actually never even got it. Major regrets. But for that skill gap to actually get there alone, makes this quite a rare pickaxe. Anything from the Season 2 Battle Pass is going to be rare, but when it's high up like that, you know, at tier 63, that just kind of widens the gap on how many players would have even got this thing. And furthermore, it's one of, I think, the coolest pickaxes in the game. It's got hands down the best name, and honestly, it's one of the best looking. And also, fun fact, it was, I believe, the very first ever pickaxe to feature like a dynamic animation to it, which kind of adds a neat little special fun facts, I guess you could say. I don't know, I thought that was cool. And yeah, ACDC, number 4. No, it's coming out. It's coming out. We start talking about ACDC, it's coming out. Anyways, back on track here. Number 3 spot. This is subject to change. Okay, I'm recording this video on Wednesday. Epic Games, I swear to God, if you release this, I'm coming to find you. Coming in at our number 3 spot, it's the Candy Axe. So the Candy Axe is coming back. There's no denying it. But listen, guys, you gotta understand, these videos take a while to make, okay? And sometimes Epic Games will release things during that editing process. I swear to God, Epic Games, don't do me dirty. Okay, hopefully, as of the release of this video at least, the Candy Axe has still not returned to the shop, and it is the number 3 spot, and it's rare. I honestly don't even trust Epic Games to make it 3 more days, but we'll see. So coming in at our number 2 spot, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you might not be expecting. This is actually a tie between Power Grip and Pointer. 2 pickaxes that you have probably never heard of. Because these, again, are actually Chinese promotional skins. Now, I went really in depth on our last ranking video for the Chinese promotional backbling, and I won't go that in depth on this video because that video ended up being like 16 minutes long. But basically, these 2 pickaxes are China exclusive. That means that you can't get them anywhere else in the world. Basically, in a nutshell, the parent company of Epic Games is Tencent. They own a 40% stake in Epic Games, and for that reason, they do have some China exclusive backbling and pickaxes that are in the game. Also, fun fact, there's different default skins, which is kind of cool. But yeah, Power Grip and Pointer are both sort of like event promotional type pickaxes. If you want to know more about that, just go watch my video where I talk about for like 4 minutes the rarest back bling. But anyways, we're gonna just skip through this one because I don't want this to be too long, and let's move on to number 1, which is, ladies and gentlemen, not in fact a China exclusive pickaxe. The thing with backbling and the reason I made those number 1 is that they didn't really come around till season 2. So the very oldest was like, you could still, you could get in February. But the thing with the rarest pickaxe is it was basically locked by the end of November, because this was in fact a season 1 exclusive pickaxe. And furthermore, this was the first ever pickaxe introduced into Fortnite. Well, like besides the normal one that we all had. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 1 spot, part of the season 1 OG item shop, this is Raiders Revenge. This is a pickaxe that you just don't see. Again, it's season 1. The only way to get it was to get to level 35, and then you buy it for 1,500 V-Bucks. And at this time, nobody was willing to drop $15 on Fortnite, this random new game. I mean, unless you did, and in that case, good for you. So yeah, that is going to finish our list. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. If you are already subscribed, I would appreciate a little like, maybe. That would be awesome. And actually, let me know, what'd you think of the list? How was it? Am I a stupid face? Comment all that stuff down below. And yeah, I'll see you later, and Merry Christmas.